Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day. Happy Saturday, happy weekend, all that kind of stuff. And we got She Broke Her Nose Over a Guy story time. So this is back, same exact timeline of any time I've told basketball stories, right? So, besides one story when I was in Florida, but most of the time when I was playing basketball, it's in the town that I'm in now, right? And there's like 3-4 middle schools in the district. Well, one middle school is right next to an elementary school. That's where we'd go and play basketball all the time, right? The reason we would play there is they had the elementary school. Like, imagine the front of any elementary school. It was like a small school, right? But the back was amazing. That's where the teachers parked. I mean, it was really anyone could park there, but there was like maybe 15 spaces, right? So think about how many cars take up 15 spaces. Think about that size blacktop. That's the width of the blacktop. But then it goes all the way around the school, and there's basketball hoops, there's a park, there's all these things behind the school, and it's cool, right? And it's the only basketball, like, not arena, obviously, but like pavement place where I've seen that the basketball hoops are literally connected to the school wall. So, like, if you miss a shot, you airball or something, it just bounces off the back of the school, like the bricks. It was really nice. So, like, besides if someone made, like, a really bad pass or it got blocked, you really couldn't lose the ball. You know what I mean? Like, it would roll backwards sometimes, but you couldn't, like, overshoot the rim and then not get your ball back. It was nice. It was cool, right? Like, you could miss, you could bounce it off the wall to each other. It was cool. And, sometimes people would call, like, hey, this game we can bounce the ball off the wall to pass it. Other games, it's out of bounds, right? It all depends. Also, though, you'd get some injuries sometimes because you got to think there's 3-4 guys going for a rebound. You're really pushing each other. All you have to do is kind of nudge someone in the back, and there's like this much space between your face and the concrete wall right there. I know I said brick wall. Part of it was a brick wall, part of it was concrete. Either way, if you get pushed into that with your face, that's gonna hurt. That happened a few times, but this broken nose story had nothing to do with the wall. These were two girls, right? So there's an interesting way to describe this, but this friend group that I was with, there was kind of, like, they would occasionally be girls, is the way I would put it, right? Like, these were the boys that I really only met up to play basketball with, and the whole group smoked, too. So, like, we'd play basketball all day, and then we'd sit there and smoke for, like, once it got dark, like 8 p.m., we'd just sit there and smoke until, like, 11 midnight, then we'd go home. So, you play basketball all day, and then you smoke with the boys, chill. Sometimes people brought drinks. Like, it was a cool vibe, right? But like, I don't know how to say this exactly, but a lot of the guys in the groups were what you'd call at the time a player, right? Like, none of us were trying to date people. It was all about having fun. This is always during summer, so we're just trying to get girls and, like, hey, come over, see you later, like that kind of thing, right? Not trying to, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I'm not even gonna try to make it sound any better. We were just trying to have fun with girls, right? So occasionally, though, someone would have a little fling going on. So a girl would come watch them play, right? Like, they'd sit with us all day, and we'd become friends with these girls. And sometimes they'd stay around for like a week or two. Sometimes someone would actually start dating. But there were times, the reason I'm telling you this is there were actual times that, like, girls would stay only 1 or 2 days, or sometimes, though, they'd stay with our group for half the summer. Like, it all depends on what the situations were, right? Well, there was one girl who started kind of fucking with the main guy in the group. Like, the main dude, like, you know how every friend group kind of has a leader? This dude was the leader of our, like, basketball group. He's the one that told us if we were playing that day, like, he would text being like, this person's bringing drinks, so you bring this, or this person's bringing that. Like, he was the organizer of everything, right? So she was messing around with him, but they were getting tight. They weren't dating, but I know they would do PDA. It got flirty sometimes, right? But nothing too over the top. But I'm just telling you this because she was around us for a while, to the point where we were all kind of chill with her. Like, maybe not friends, but we cared about her. We didn't want to see anything bad happen to her. That's important because on this day, a whole nother group pulled up to our basketball hoops, right? And I'm not saying we were the only ones that were allowed to use it or the only ones that did use it, but most of the time we were. For like 4 or 5 summers in a row, we were always there every single day from not morning to night, but occasionally that would happen. Like, we had different variations of people that would go, but we all kind of knew like who went there a lot, who was supposed to be there, what the teams were. But every now and again you'd get stragglers that you let play, or kids that would come around that you'd never see again. Like that would happen, but this day was different. We have like 10 of us, and they pull up with a group of like 6 to 8 people, like just like us, but their own thing. And they say they want to take us on in basketball. So that gets everybody's attention. They're like, okay, that means we're getting serious, because if we're, nudging each other into the concrete walls and we're friends, imagine what we're going to do when we're trying to, win against a group of people we don't know. Now, in their group, they also had a girl, right? This other group that came along also had a girl. She looked tough is the best way I would put it. And I'm not trying to use any mean words, because I don't like being mean about things people can't control, right? But she was bigger. She looked strong. She looked really strong is the best way I could put it. And either way, at first, like they were, I wouldn't say friends, but they were chilling just like everybody else, right? Like we were playing them in basketball, but there was no beef between any of the guys or anything. Like we had no beef with them. They were pretty cool. And that would happen at least once a day usually. Like even though we're all friends, or even when there's randoms, like no matter what, usually someone would get into a little scuffle or a little fight or something, because you're getting physical playing basketball all day, and it's hot and no one's eating, you're just drinking water. Like things happen, people get mad, right? But I don't know what happened. The girls started arguing, dude. I think what the origin was they both kind of talked to the same person, or like at one point one girl dated a guy and then this other girl dated a guy sometime later. But at first they were cool with each other. Like they were just talking, having fun while we were playing. Well, I sub out and I noticed that they have these looks on their faces like they're arguing, right? Like they have like those disgusted looks, like they don't like what the other person's saying. So I walk over because, like I said, we were chilling with the one girl. She'd been with our group for like a month. So of course I'm going to, I have her back a little bit. So I walk over there and I'm like, is everything good? It seems like, are you guys good? And she just calls her a bitch, right? The girl that was in our group, she was a lot smaller. Like she was, I'm not going to use the word normal or anything like that, but she was really skinny. She was really skinny. The other girl was tough, bigger, right? So I did not have much faith in my friend here if she had to fight, right? Like I did not have faith in her. But she just calls the stronger girl a bitch right in front of her. She's like, this bitch is talking about whatever. And I was just like, damn, okay. And then the one girl's like, who are you calling a bitch? And I walk over, to the basketball group and I get them to stop the game, right? I get them to completely stop it. I grab the ball and they're like, what are you doing? You're not in, you're a sub right now. And I'm like, hey, just chill, bro. And I'm like, I think, and I said her name. I'm not going to say it now in case she sees this, but I said her name and I was like, she might fight this girl. Like, I think something's about to happen. That got everybody's attention because obviously this other random group of kids, that's their friend. Like, that tough girl, like, I get it. That's just the way we think that other girl's our friend. Like, that's their friend, right? So they go and stand by her and we're standing by our friend, and they're arguing, right? They're just like calling each other names, but not like normal arguing names. Like she wasn't like, you're a bitch. Like she called her a bitch once, but then they were using the big name. She was calling her a slut, a cunt. Like they were going for broke here. They were throwing the insult bombs out there, right? And eventually the tougher girl, she's like, okay, you want to do something about it? And she gets up in her face and like grabs right here on her shirt and just pushes it down. Like not like she revealed anything, not like that. She didn't like yank it down, but she just like pulled it down. I think it was a thing to be like, look how much stronger I am than you. Cause she did. She like kind of forced her shirt down and then pushed her back. And we're all standing there. Like this was my literal reaction to the whole thing. I'm standing there like this, like, because I've seen a girl fight, like one other one. This is not something that is supposed to happen. That happened. So, like, this is exciting to us, right? I'm standing there like, oh, my God. And a couple of the guys were cheering, right? They were like, beat her ass, beat her ass. I'm just standing there with my mouth open still, like. And one of the dudes started filming. I wish I knew where that video was. I don't know what I could do with it. I'm sure I can't just post it. But it was beautiful. The smaller girl, dude, I don't know what got into her. I don't know where she learned to fight, but after she got shoved back and one of the dudes on our side yelled, beat her ass, as soon as he yelled that, she just went off like I never watched The Flash, but I used to see little reels of The Flash show. You know when he runs around the whole world and they just show like the little lightning bolt? That was like her, dude. She exploded forward and just punched her like the perfect jab. And she was little. She was way skinnier than this girl, way shorter. Like this girl is probably, I don't know, realistically 5 foot or 5'1", and I don't know the weight, but skinny as hell, right? This other girl was like my height and bigger and stronger, and she popped her right in the nose. She popped the strong girl right in the nose, and the strong girl just covered her face. She just went, oh, and she turns around and walks back to her group. There wasn't even a fight. She just socked her one single time, just a single punch, and it made a horrible noise, right? That was the broken nose. We didn't know it at the time, but she hit her so perfectly, dude. Like, she ran up at her. They were already kind of in each other's faces, but you got to think about it. The smaller girl got pushed back, so now she's like 3-4 steps back. She did like a 2-step sprint and just jabbed, like a short, stiff jab straight to her nose. And like I said, there was this nasty noise, but we didn't know what it was at the time. It was really the girl's fucking nose shattering. And she like turned around and started, I don't know if she started crying. I think, well, if you gotten hit in the nose, you know, your eyes just start watering. So she could have been crying, or she could have just a natural reaction. But she's making the noise like she's crying. She's like, oh, 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 and she's holding her nose. And she turned around, so I didn't actually get to see her nose. But when she went like this, she like lifted off of it for a second. It started dripping, dude, and not a little bit. Like, what's the best way to describe? Look at how long my hair is. When I get out of the shower, dude, the water's like pouring off of the edge of my hair. That's like the blood that was coming out of her nose. I know that's a weird, gross analogy, or maybe not an analogy, but a way of putting it together in your brain. But that's what it looked like, dude. Her nose was just leaking. And the dudes, a couple of them got mad about that on the other side, the guys we played in basketball. But they were outnumbered. I think they knew that, like, this was no reason to start a whole out, like, brawl here because this one girl got socked in the face. But she really got, like, hurt from that because she left, and a couple of the dudes left, too. 3 of them stayed. 3 of them went with her, but that was intense as hell. Also, the small girl, once the strong girl left, the smaller girl, the one we were friends with, we hyped her the fuck up, dude. We were like, that was fucking awesome. And we were like, where did you learn to do that? Like, what? Like, is your dad a boxer or something? Or did your dad go to jail? Like, where did you learn to just break someone's nose like that? And she had no answer. She was just like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't really fight. She was just all quiet about it. And she was so loud. Like, it was, I don't know. I've seen I'm trying to think, realistically, probably 10 and under fights. Like, you know what I mean? I've probably seen 10 fights in my life. Maybe 1 or 2 less. Maybe like 8 fights in my life. But that was one of the greatest punches I've ever seen, and it was thrown by a girl. And I'm not even saying that like you hit like a girl. I'm not using it in that term. She probably hits harder than me. She hit her so perfectly. Like, she hit her hard, but I think the accuracy is what, you know, really broke the nose, because she hit her perfectly, like knuckle lined up to the bridge of the nose. Like, it was beautiful. It was really a work of art. That's what it was. You watched it. If you could see it, if I had that video, my God, just beautiful, right? But the amount we hyped her up, I'm not doing it justice. We were like, you know those videos of the guys on the street with the basketball hoops, and they like throw it to a random person. If they make it, they go absolutely nuts and they pour water over everybody and everything. That was like us once that other girl left. We were hyping her up. We were like, you're like Floyd Mayweather, you know? We're just giving her all these compliments. We were like, that was fucking awesome. But yeah, I don't know. She was like kind of not sad, but she probably used a lot of adrenaline, and then she was just quiet afterwards. That's probably what happened. That makes sense. But afterwards, yeah, we played a little more basketball and just smoked and talked about, I mean, what else are you going to talk about? We talked about the fight for like 6 more hours until we all went home, but that was intense. But yeah, she was just quiet afterwards. She was like, whatever, you know, I broke that girl's nose. Who cares? We care. Like, that is amazing. But yeah, I don't want to say her name at all because I've seen her look at my stories, so I don't know if she ever watches this. If you did watch this, you did amazing on that day. That was great. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You could sub, share, like, comment, all that stuff. Become a member today if you want to. If you're going through something, you need someone to talk to, you can comment. I answer all positive comments. My Instagram is linked if you need someone to talk to for real. Same exact name as my YouTube. Just go in there, DM me, and I'll get back to you within a day or two. You're not alone. Be safe, and go Bears. Bear down, baby.